Starting. Okay, we're live. With oh wait, don't want to get copyrighted. Anyways, we are live with Sir Anderson Clyde. Um,
Live with Clyde is not. It's not. No, it's not copyrighted or anything like that. No, and if anyone has the copyright, it's me because I'm Clyde.
That is true. But then again, there are probably millions of, thousands, tens of thousands of Clives out there. So you never know. Anybody really could, but who knows? Whatever. Gonna log on my phone. Do. So, how are you? How has your day been going, my friend?
Good, actually. It's kind of quiet, but yeah.
Well, that's good, I guess.
Oh yeah, absolutely, it is. I went and saw Uberoki's pocket jeweler. Got the.
That's good, I guess.
Got the whatchamacallit back.
Oh, the BMW.
I hope you don't mind. I also sent Rudi a copy of a link to the Hangout.
Oh no, not at all. Definitely. He he just joined. He's on the chat. He's on the chat. Hi, Rudi. How are you? I thought he was asleep. I tried calling him.
He was armchair quarterbacking me on the other chat. I'll put it that way. Ask it. Okay, call. Ask him this. Like, all right.
Oh gosh, that's hilarious. Sent you the link. Okay, so Rudi, feel free to join. We'd love to have you on. By the way, I love how you keep kind of just secretively, but only people that would understand drink that mug, and then you're like holding it up, and then you're like. It's like those, like when they're like in America's Got Talent and they're trying to show the Snapple logo, so they're like, and then they put it down in the exact way that it should. I think it's hilarious.
Oh my god!
What?
My daughter said, "Have you?" Okay, let me send her a text real quick.
Don't forget we're live, so anything you say can and will be used against you in court. Clive, how you in two places at once? Yes. I got Rudi's music in. I have to upload my Uncle Seiko video. And then by the way, how's the audio? Because I got this microphone.
Oh, it's nice. It's nice.
Yeah, okay, all right, good. Now, as long as it's nice, then yeah. But Rudi, I really appreciate. I can't tell you how much I appreciate. That's like. It's outstanding that you would do that. It's like, but still working on the intro, and then once I get the intro done, hi Henry. Once I get the intro done, I will be able to, finally go live or do the videos and put them up with using Rudi's music. So it's great. It's great.
So cool. I sent you the pic of the BMW, right?
Yeah, you sure did.
Yeah, this one owes its life to you. This is the calf that you saved.
Yes, it is.
Otherwise, it totally would have been veal by now.
The thing is with that watch, I think it's just so neat, but the bracelet's just so cool, and the uses the old BMW race car steering wheel as. It's just so cool.
I think so. Yeah, it actually is.
And it's so like 70s, like it was like Seiko. The Japanese were kind of doing it like, and I know you said they weren't, but I think they were just doing it so funky. It was just really funky. Give me an example of a Swiss watch that was funky in the 70s. What is that? Hamilton?
That's a Gruen.
A Gruen.
Yeah, this is the guy, the super collector that Fed was interviewing. He said, I've got this reverse Panda dial, and I didn't know anything about vintage, but it's like I looked at it and said, it's manual wind, and I like the dial. And actually, as it found out, had this been any other name but on the dial, it would have been 10 times as much.
Right.
I've also, like I said, a bunch of, oh my God, I could keep here all day for,
Are you allowed to show would you be okay with showing some of your collection that hasn't been shown before, or no? You don't have to, but...
Well, that's right. And like I said, you've seen the Bolivo before.
Oh, that's my favorite one. That is my absolute favorite one. Here, I'll put it on you. That's my absolute favorite one.
And that is also gloriously funky 70s.
Yeah. But would you characterize, this is a good question actually, would you characterize Bulova as American or Swiss?
Crossover. Yeah, because it really has ties to both. Of course, what watch are you wearing?
I am wearing, in honor of Clyde, I am wearing the little Zodiac. Yeah, Zodiac Brothers. There we go. No, that's great. I love that. The thing is, it's such a likable watch, and it's just it's so great. I think.
Actually, yeah. Hold on. I hate to say, we are Zodiac Brothers, but let's face it, I'm the big brother.
Yes. Okay, fine. I admit that is cooler, and that is the upper one.
Yeah, I have to. I mean, yeah, it's plated, but it's the astrophysic. It's also known as the mystery dial.
Yeah,
and like I said, I don't know how this crappy $5 camera, but can you see the dot or not? Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
So it's 12 and just.
No, that's a fantastic watch. It really is.
Yeah, but the funny part is, it's still cool, even with the digital age. It's like the little red dot, just going round and round, just seemingly of its own volition. Even in the digital age, I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it really is. It really, really is. And it's one of those things. It's like mesmerizing, right? And when I first saw it, I thought there was no movement, right? Because I thought that color, that plate on the bottom of the dial, was actually just the case back of the watch, which wouldn't have made any sense. But
no, it would have been impossible. That would have been witchcraft.
Yes, it would have been witchcraft.
But it was a clever little trick. And the thing is, you really have to know someone that knows that. You have to get an old timer to properly service it, because they can be tricky little suckers, or you'll break them to pieces trying to get the plastic dials apart.
Right. No, but it's still extremely. It's a cool little watch. It's almost like a trophy watch. It's not very. Is it practical? Is it easy to read? Would you say?
Yeah, it's very easy to read.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I would think it would be kind of hard to just glance down at it and be like, "Oh, that's No,
it's not properly set. I just gave it just a quick light or two, but no. Right now I can clearly tell it's 10:55 according to the watch. I haven't set it.
Right. Oh, by the way, who is Lego fan? I feel like I know who it is, but I'm not gonna be like, I have no clue. All right. So anyways, Rudi commented, I'm type on an iPhone, so excuse the typos. Oh, it's okay. No issue. Does he not want to join?
Well, I sent him.
You don't have to, but I'm just wondering. I think we should all try to convince Clyde to get an Instagram.
Oh, no, our social media. God, Facebook is enough of a time hole.
Well, but you can also, with Instagram, you can link them, right? So you can post one thing on Facebook, it'll go to Instagram. It's really, you will not regret it, because I didn't want Instagram, believe it or not. I was like, oh God. And then my sisters made me get it. And we were in New York 2 years ago, and I was in my hotel room, and I was just on Instagram all night, and it was just like, I loved it, right? It's addicting.
Nice.
But I really think you should get it. It's fun.
Oh, did you get the care package yet?
Me?
Yes.
I did not, sadly, because the United States Postal Service isn't doing things correctly, I guess.
Okay, well, like I said, you're going to be the first person to get the official cardinarial mug, because you've been on Archie twice, so therefore you've taken such a blow to your self-respect. That's about the only way I can make it up to you. And also, I sent you a couple of watches.
A couple. Ooh, I don't. I actually didn't know that. I thought you sent. I knew that you sent one, but I didn't know you sent two. So I'm really excited. You don't have to tell me yet. I'll let it be a surprise.
I'm
But
not going to tell you.
hopefully,
I'm not going to tell you. Just
you know
I
what? It
think
won't come tomorrow.
what?
It
No,
won't
it
come
didn't.
tomorrow. Yeah.
I think the other one. I think the other one will blow your mind.
Oh God. Can I do 20 questions on the live? That might be fun. No.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
All right. So I'll ask. Is it animal, vegetable, or mineral?
Mineral.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Is it a what degree am I allowed to ask the questions to?
I don't know. Let's not put too much thought into it, or it'll kill the fun.
Okay, I'm gonna say I'll switch it to me while I'm answering the questions. Is it a chronograph? And then you answer.
Yes.
It is a chronograph.
Yes.
Okay. Mm. Is it Swiss?
No.
No. Hmm. Does it start with a B?
A what?
Does the name of the brand start with a B?
No.
It's not Swiss. I'm trying to think about what you have in your collection. Other than the screw you, Mark Goldberg, Clinton. Trying to think what you have. You know, honestly, could it be? So it's a chronograph. Is it a 2-register or 3-register chronograph? Don't remember.
I don't think it's. I think it's. Wait. Let me look.
Okay.
I think it's actually a 1-register.
1-register.
Yeah.
Well, I know it's not the BMW. Did you send me your poke just to give me the cringe? Oh, just or for the buffing wheel. Do you need my buffing wheel a little bit more for it? I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah. Okay. I sent you I sent you another Pogue. Uberoki found another one.
Seriously?
Yeah. I want you to do a review of it.
Another wait, is it a yellow dial one?
I said Pogue.
Well, oh yeah, that's true. No, but some people, the thing is, and Spencer Klein was talking about this. Shout out to Spencer. That some people will call. I'm not saying you would, but some people will call the blue dial one a pogue. They'll call the.
Well, and it depends how in this. Yeah, they're also kind of forgiving about it, which I kind of like, as long as it's basically the same. Now, technically, Pogues had the 17. It's a yellow dial, but it doesn't have the water resistance at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
So it's pretty dang close. I mean, it depends how most of the enthusiasts would consider it a Pogue. It's a yellow dial with a whitish, lighter yellow inner bezel, and then the Pepsi outer bezel. But yeah, it does have the 17 joules and the mark right above the chronograph at 6. But it doesn't. Okay, well, fine. You just killed this prize. Awesome.
Well, I had a feeling. I by the way, I'm not the surprise kind of person. My mom will tell you that. She's probably watching. She's at a gala, right? And I think she's like watching with everyone. So the pressure is on me right now. So yay. That's probably 6 of the 7 viewers right now.
Oh well.
But I don't care. Thanks for the support, guys. But seriously though, no, I appreciate it. I'm excited to see the
Rudy's guess was a river rat.
Well, oh wait, what would that be?
The Archie luxury.
Yes, yeah. Does that actually exist? Did he sell those?
No, he wouldn't. No, and if you sold them, if you paid the money, you wouldn't get it in 6 months anyway. So
why?
Because he's Archie. He takes forever to do anything.
Oh God! And I actually saw it though. I saw that it was like, well, is it the one with that like white dial and the thing on the dial that I can't talk about?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. It was quartz.
I might have to look. I've got YouTube notifications saying.
I was talking to my young.
Okay.
What?
Anyway, no. I'm just wondering how Ving's doing on the other super chat, but he's a Cardinal. He's a big boy.
You can go. You don't have to stay. I mean.
No, that's all right. But the thing is, the conversation we've been having this on and on again conversation about Franken watches.
Yes. Do you want to continue that?
Well, and like I said, so it's what was it? The Greek philosopher that basically said, if you have a boat, if you change every conceivable part of the boat, is it still the same boat?
We're not talking about boats, though. We're talking about watches. Well, actually, no, that is a valid point. It's not the same boat, because I thought about it this way. Let's say you have a watch for 150 years. Everything's gone bad. The movement, the case, the crown, the pushers, everything, the dial, and they're all been replaced. It's not the same watch anymore. If none of it is as you bought it. None of it is as you bought it. Rudi, how are you, Rudi?
I'm fine. 1 second.
No problem.
He's having to be quiet because Lucia is sleeping.
What?
His partner is sleeping.
Oh.
I'm going to give you some interesting information.
Okay.
What Patek Philippe are doing now is it doesn't matter if you're on the list for a 5711. They will decide on that list with that dealer who gets that watch, not the dealer.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Wow. What's your source for this, Rudi?
Tim Mosso?
An authorized dealer told me. And what they do now is that when they send the dealer the watch, like the 5711, the papers will already have printed the name of the person who's been chosen for the watch.
That's actually really interesting. It kind of reminds me of the Ferrari Enzo. Like Ferrari would choose who would get the Enzo, not the dealerships.
So now you can. So basically, I suppose what they're doing is they're looking on their internal lists of who've already got Pateks, and deciding that those people get the watches, so they know that those people are not selling the watch for the grey market.
Right. It's also a good thing for value too, because that means that they'll kind of stay up there.
But what they've done is, Max, in the United Kingdom, I don't know about the rest of the world, but in the United Kingdom, as of the 1st of March, the 5711 and the 5712 only are being increased by 20% in price.
Wow. And that's all you said, only in the UK so far.
Well, I only know about it in the UK because obviously I don't know. I can't say about America. Maybe you could call an AD and find out. But in the United Kingdom, as of the 1st of March, the 5711 and the 5712 are going up 20%.
Wow.
Right. Yeah, we have heard about that.
I didn't hear about that.
Oh, the Zodiac, the quick change has almost the same system as the Seiko does. I just noticed that.
The Pogue?
Yeah, or the BMW, where you press it, you press it once and it changes the date instantly. I have to admit that's kind of nifty.
It is nifty. My Turtle has that too.
Right.
No, it's very cool.
Sorry. Anyway, yeah. So what do you think the point? So that's basically to keep people from doing to Patek what you're doing to Rolex, Rudi, right?
Well, exactly. But the other thing is also, I will discuss with you, Audemars Piguet are now selling second-hand watches.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to soon be able to buy Audemars Piguet directly from Audemars Piguet online.
Really? You never would think, right? Oh, but they don't do that yet, do they? You wouldn't be able to do that.
Well, the thing is, this Audemars Piguet wants to reduce their worldwide ADs to only 175 total by next year.
That's the Hoyer triple date. I was wondering if that was the one that you had sent, but no, that's it's interesting, Rudi. I hope I hope they keep the one in Miami, which I know they will, but I hope they do because you never know.
Well, again, I think it's to curb the grey market because if you think about it, if they're selling second-hand Pateks online as well, right? Okay. that means that they're going to. Sorry, Patek. I mean, Audemars Piguet watches online, second hand, directly from AP. It's going to kill the grey market because you're going to be able to buy a second-hand watch cheaper than what the newer one is because they're not going to sell a second-hand watch
Right.
more than the retail price of a brand new one. So that's going to kill the grey market, isn't it?
It could, yeah. Well, yeah, it would.
Because if you were a buyer of a second-hand Audemars Piguet, you'd rather buy it directly from Audemars Piguet because you know it's going to be serviced by them, it's going to be checked by them, and you're going to get an Audemars Piguet warranty.
Right.
Sort of like a certified used car.
Yeah.
It's interesting you say that, but I feel like there'll still be ways for these people to get their hands on them for less.
Yeah, but the thing is this, what I'm saying is these people are selling those watches like the 15202 ST at a premium. But they won't be able to sell it at a premium anymore because you can buy it directly from AP second hand, less than the retail.
Oh, and by the way, Rudi, I meant to show you. I got my Nautilus for my steel Nautilus for $85. What do you think?
Hang on. 1 second.
No, can you see us?
He's getting something.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
He's gonna get his. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. He's gonna one up me. He's gonna like 5 up me, but
he's gonna slap us.
Yeah.
Basically, I won't say the first word.
Oh,
I'm not gonna say what he's gonna slap us with, but he's gonna slap us.
I know what he's gonna slap us with.
All right.
Show me this Nautilus.
Okay, this Nautilus, this Fartilus, I should say.
Is that an Andy Hunter Nautilus?
Funny.
See, I was thinking the same thing. I just didn't say it. You know, it's when I'm the one with restraint. That's sad.
Can you show
Anyway.
me the dial again, Max? Show me the dial again. Yeah, you see, I could tell you straight away that was a fake because the dial is brown.
Oh, I could tell you straight away it's a fake just by looking at the thickness, the bracelet, the everything actually. If you look closely, the bezel doesn't meet with the crystal, but there's the back.
Look at the back. Oh, and the movement's nothing like the movement either.
Nope. And it has a Bagel Sport logo, and it says Bagel Sport, and it says something on the back. It says water resistant stainless steel back.
It says water resistant to 1 meter, doesn't it?
Funny. Yeah,
Water
no, it should.
Water resistance to 30 inches.
And it says, please do not go out in the rain in it. Otherwise it will void the warranty.
Please do not wear this watch. It will void the warranty.
Yeah.
Please do not wear this watch while exercising. Please do not wear this watch near the coast.
Salt air may avoid the warranty.
I'll tell you a funny story, Max, when I was in Miami, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you go on the beach in the spring, summer, you see all the Cubans posing on the beach.
Okay.
Right? And there was this one particular day when we were told not to go into the ocean because there were jellyfish, right?
Okay.
And this particular Cuban ran in to the sea, not hearing the warnings, because he wanted to pose. So he stayed out there for like 10 minutes before he would come in, not to look an idiot, you know.
And were his legs the size of soccer fields when he got back?
I don't know, but it was so stupid, you know. You see them doing the old pose, you know, like the Arnold Schwarzenegger muscle pose, you know, on the beach, and it's so funny, you know.
Yeah.
So how did you enjoy News Cafe, by the way?
Oh, it's so good. You know, we hadn't gone in like 7 years. The last time I went was with my cousins, and it was just, it's so good.
I used to also hang out in a bar along there called the Clevelander. Is it still there?
I could look it up. I'm not familiar particularly.
And you used to have this musician there all the time called Billy Bones. I think he's still going actually around Miami. It's quite funny.
Billy Bones.
Yeah.
No, next time you come, we need to go down there. It's fantastic.
Did you go to the watch thing today?
I sure did.
And how was it?
There's no describing. It's like one of the guys there, Adam Golden, very nice guy by the way, from Mento Watches. You may know him. He was like, he had Tropical Speedmasters, pre-moons, pre-professionals, he had day dates. He had 1969 El Primero with the original bracelet. He had everything. Vintage Patek chronographs, those like really old ones with box papers, everything. It was insane. And he was just letting me try them on. He's like, oh, here, yeah, try this on. They're meant to be played around. And right before, believe it or not, while I was standing there, before I had talked to him, this guy was looking at a movement in this vintage Patek chronograph. And little did he know that the movement wasn't held in. He flips it over and the movement goes, yeah, I went like this. And Adam was like, oh, no, that's all right. Just put it back in. It's fine.
Wow.
I was like, oh, God. I would have fainted in a second. Ugh.
Do you want to know how much the Patek Philippe Nautilus will be on the 1st of June? Sorry, 1st of March in dollars.
How much?
In dollars, this is, right?
Mhm.
Conversion, right? How much you reckon?
Right now they're going for, you said, well, like on pre-owned, what do they go for
I'm
new
talking
from
about just from an AD at the normal recommended retail price.
40 grand?
No, in dollars it will be $32,200.
That's insane. And it's just a, three-hand watch.
And the 5712 will be, hang on.
That's the chronograph, no?
No, that's the one with the moon phase and the
Oh, okay.
power reserve at the bottom.
Mhm.
The bottom one, right?
Yes.
I'll tell you. Hang on. This is going to kill you.
No, I know that one's going to be like ridiculously expensive.
Well,
$45,600.
Wow.
so
That's a lot.
let's go back to the let's go back to the Patek. Oh, for God's sake, Don, dude. Sorry. Let's go back to the Patek choosing the recipients rather than the ADs. So
Okay.
you think Patek is going to choose like friends of the brand over than just some other schmuck?
Well, it could be like, for instance, I'll give you an example. Obviously, I don't know what their criteria will be because obviously it'll be a secret, but they could have, say, like, I don't know, say 12 names for a 5712, right? Okay.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And they will look on their database what other watches those people have got, and maybe if the person's already got a 5711, they will say, well, he's not having a 5712.
But it just seems really, like, in a very weird way, it seems kind of pretentious, no?
But they're already doing it with some of their other watches already, with their enamel dials and their limited.
Yeah, but for a mostly stainless steel, usually stainless steel watch from,
yeah,
it
but
just seems pretentious.
But you say that, but when the demand outstrips what they can supply, they have to do something in order to stop the craziness. Because some dealers are ending up with a list that's got like hundreds of names on it. They just can't cope with it.
Right.
Patek have even told them to stop taking names on the list.
And I wonder how much it costs Patek, just out of curiosity, to make one Nautilus.
Well, I'll give you an example, right? I'll just give you an example, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can buy a Calatrava in white gold, right? The 5296 for $6,000 cheaper, and it's got the same movement.
You can buy a what for? Sorry,
A Patek Philippe Calatrava 5296 in white gold for $6,000 to $7,000 cheaper retail than the Nautilus.
But it's the
same movement. The same movement.
It's demand. People, it's people. I don't know. It's
yeah, but you know why Patek have done it, don't you?
So they can raise the value.
Not even just that. You think about it. They're looking at people selling Patek Philippe Nautiluses on the grey market for $35,000.
Right.
Right. So they're going to say, well, if someone's going to pay $35,000 for it, we're going to charge X ourselves because people are willing to pay it.
Right.
Richard Mille increased the price of their watches by 30% overnight just because they could, because they knew people would pay it.
Right.
Richard Mille for me is like rap music. It confuses and angers me.
It's what I always say, it's a car crash on a wrist.
Mm.
Fire at me all you want. I kind of like it, sort of. I don't know. So a little bit. Like I just
because you're 13 years old and confused.
Thanks. I like how you're the one always telling me to like not care what other people say, and like in that when it comes to Richard Mille.
No, but the thing is this, Max. Don't care what people say. Don't care what I say.
No, I know. But honestly, though, I respect your guys' opinion more than I respect mine. I know I shouldn't, but I do.
No.
You shouldn't be. No. Absolutely.
You respect your own opinion, Max, because, like I say, you're the one who's got to wear it. You're the one who's got to live with it, and you're the one paying for it. And
you know what? Also, though, but you. Oh, and by
Max,
the way,
Max, if we didn't respect your opinion, I don't think we'd be on a live stream with you.
Well, I appreciate that. That means a lot. But you know what? I'm starting to realize, like, I would compare Richard Mille to like, oh, my Mac is about to die. Hold on, excuse me 1 second. Let me just plug this in. I think Richard Mille. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think Richard Mille is kind of like, it's kind of like a. I don't want to say it's kind of like a lichen. You know the lichen Hypersport?
I'll tell you what it's like, Max, to me, right? You imagine you get a handful of nails, right? Mm-hmm. And you chuck them on the floor and they drop randomly, right? That's what the dial looks like to me.
It's kind of like a porthole to another dimension.
No, it's just like a mess. It's like something your kids have done. Some of them look like Lego watches. They're plastic.
But by the way, we have to do so we don't get so I don't lose all respect from any Richard Mille people. Let's do a wristwatch check.
Well, I can't because
you can't. What do you? Am I allowed to ask what you have on?
I don't have a watch on. It's 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, okay. Okay, fair enough.
Well, wait. How do you know it's 1 o'clock in the morning if you don't have a watch on?
Because I've got an iPhone, which I'm talking to you on.
Okay, well, right. Okay, fair enough.
So, Clyde,
why are you... I'm not as stupid as you look.
I love that one.
Do you know where that came from, Max?
Where?
Laurel and Hardy.
I
don't know what that is, but...
Oh, my God.
What? Really? Oh, sorry. I'm about to get bursted.
No, you made me feel kind of old, actually.
Iconic two comedians from America ever.
Yep. Stan Laurel and Oliver Hardy. They were big in the silent era, and they're actually one of the few acts to transition successfully to sound. Stan Laurel was I think English, wasn't he?
He was British. And you know one of the greatest jokes they did, Max, right? Mm-hmm. They went to this park and they were taking these two ladies out, and they only had enough money to buy 3 drinks, right? And just 4 of them. So they're discussing it between them, and he says to Stanley, just say that you don't want one, you know. And then eventually, he keeps saying he wants one, and eventually they decide to share the drink, right? Mm-hmm. And Stanley drinks the whole drink down. He said, "Why did you drink my half?" He said, "Because my half was on the bottom."
That's genius. I'm going to use that from now on, actually. Because I'm a really bad sharer. I'm slightly germophobic, and I'm like a really bad sharer. So when my sisters ask me to share, I'm like, but yeah. Max, give your sisters some bread. Oh, sorry, what?
My half was on the bottom. You have to use that one.
That's genius. I also love the one you told me when you're in an argument with someone, you just go, it's not often you're right, but you're wrong again.
Yeah.
I love it. Because they think that you're complimenting them, right? And then
Yeah.
you're just like,
The sting in the tail at the end.
yeah, it's awesome. I used it twice this week. Credits, Rudi Dobson.
Did it go down well?
It did. Actually, Henry, if he's watching, I did it to him.
And there was another true story. When I was a child, we had a science lesson, and we had this trainee science teacher, and she was really good looking, right? And we were sort of messing about in the science lab, setting fire to the gas taps and stuff like that. And she looked at me and she said to me, "I've got my eye on you." And I said, "You're not so bad yourself."
God, Rudi, holy cow.
Oh,
how old are you?
14.
Oh, jeez. I didn't know you were one like that. Jeez. That's
It's called having a sense of humor.
What did she say?
She actually laughed, actually.
I've got my eye on you. Oh, you're not so bad yourself. That's pretty good. Did you just think of that on the spot?
I did, yeah.
That's awesome.
It's like, I remember, right, you can use this in any situation, Max, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can say to someone, let's go to this place. And they say, "Oh, I don't want to go to that place. It's pretty awful," trying to put it down. And you just turn around and say, "Oh, great. We all fit right in then."
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Because they say it's full of idiots and full of this and full of that. Well, you better get down there really quick then, because you'll fit right in.
Good.
You have to think quick all the time. Quick.
No, you know what though? It's like it's just I'm very bad at coming up with jokes just on the spot. But when I do, like sometimes, like very rarely, but when I do, they're usually really bad, and then I'm the only one laughing. So but I'm gonna start using the Rudi copyrighted jokes.
Oh, you can. It's like another great line from Stan Laurel. Which was that Laurel and Hardy guy, and it's I use it all the time. Is you cannot lead a horse to water, but a pencil must be lead.
Well, that's true. I feel like I'm gonna understand that later, but I don't understand it.
Well, there's lead in a pencil, right?
Yes.
But you also
it's not usually lead, it's usually graphite, but yeah.
Yeah, but in the old days it was lead.
Okay.
So, and you lead somebody, or you've led someone along. You've led.
Okay.
So you cannot lead a horse to water, meaning if it doesn't want to drink, but a pencil must be lead. Because you can't write with it unless it's got lead, can it?
Right. Well, that's true. It's a logical statement.
Except it's making fun of stupid people trying to be clever.
Yeah.
Right.
Like me.
No, that's not true.
I remember one time it was like a 7th grade or something like that, and then we had an acerbic old battle axe of a science teacher, and they said something. I mean, she said something, and then she just stood there for something, with just glaring daggers at us. And she said, "Well, if you'll notice, that was called a pregnant pause." I look around the room and said, "What? Yeah, but considering we're all men, considering we're all guys, I think that would be more. I think that'd be more menopause, wouldn't it?"
No. There's some really good ones that kids will come up with just on the spot in class, and it's just like, and then like the whole class just erupts in laughter, and the teacher doesn't get it, and then it's like, oh yeah, but I'll think of a few.
I actually had one. High school. It's like maybe 11th grade. Yeah. So.
I mean, I don't know if you've ever done it, Max. It was a real childish thing, but we used to do it at school. when your classmate wasn't looking or didn't know, you would tie his shoes and tie his shoes to the chair leg.
Yeah, we do that all the time. It's so much fun. Oh, no, and then what you do is you steal his backpack. He gets up, starts running, but realizes that he screwed up.
Do you know we used to have this kid at school, right?
Okay.
And no one would ever fight him, not because he was tough, but if you got in a fight with him, he'd rip your clothes.
Which is brilliant. Brilliant. That is brilliant.
And you get in more trouble by going home and having ripped clothes. And so you'd have a jacket on and it'd be in pieces.
That's genius, though.
Well, I was in back class.
Do you know the best part was, Clyde? His name was Jack, so we called him Jack the Ripper.
Okay, that's good. That one I got. Yes, that one I got.
Well, I was in the back of the class, and I was telling a friend, have you ever heard this saying, those who can do, those who can't teach? And he said, yeah. I said, well, there's more. I think there's more to it. He said, what's that? Those who can do, those who can't teach. Those who can't teach, coach, and those who can't coach, administrate.
I've heard that one before.
Well, no. This is like early 80s. My teacher basically said, what did you say? Had me go up to class. I had to repeat in front of her. Come with me. I thought, oh my God, you're going to bust me for doing this?
Brings you to the coach.
No, she brings me the teacher's on. Tell her what you told me. And then literally, the teacher starts getting a look around. Now go tell her. And then I realized, oh my God, I'm not busted. She wants me to tell all her friends. So there.
I'll tell you something else, Max. A bit of advice on buying watches.
Sure.
Be a shepherd and not a sheep.
Yeah. You lead and don't follow.
Yeah.
Well, if you're gonna follow the herd, there are times where I really, really do take umbrance with what Archie says, because, if you want to follow the herd, you obviously need to take advice from a horned animal.
Well, the thing is this, right? It's like he's saying to you about that Zenith. You can't sell it, don't you? Well,
Yeah.
Why would you want to? B,
Exactly.
B, what makes him think you can't sell it? And I would have just turned around and said, well, I suppose that's the same with some of the watches that you own, like your Breguet, stuff like that, because they're really hard to sell. And if he's going to buy a Panerai, which he's on about buying, him going to try and resell that watch, knowing how many are faked, is going to be a nightmare.
Do you think Panerai is going to be completely screwed over because of that?
I don't like them. I mean, from my point of view, I don't know much about Panerai because they're not my kind of watch, to be honest. I'm not saying they're not any good, they're just not for me.
Well,
actually, another question, you answered that question, but a follow-up is, what do you think of Panerai starting to move to smaller watches, producing 38 millimeter watches? So answer that question, and then
I think that's quite clever, because that will help, because Asians like small watches because they got small wrists.
Right.
So it's gonna open up the Chinese market for them big style, isn't it?
Yeah. See, but the thing is, Panerai is kind of known for it's. You could have a debate about this, but I would say, especially with Panerai, they're so distinct, like with their crown guard and with and they're being like such a huge, just ginormous watch, that it's almost it kind of spoils the point of a Panerai.
Well, no, because how does a company keep existing? By creating new things. I mean, that's like saying with the Rolex Submariner, they put a ceramic bezel on it. Why didn't they stick to the aluminum one? I actually prefer the aluminum one. Why would they put the ceramic one on? But they've decided to do it because they've got to recreate themselves. Otherwise,
Well, because everyone else is doing it.
yeah. I mean, and obviously there's other markets they've got to fit.
Right.
Well, yeah, and there's a reason why. There's a reason they called the 10460 the last of the best, because it's more true to the classic DNA of the Submariner line. The new ones are more beauty queens than anything else. They're showy, but they're further and further away from the concept of a tool watch.
Right. And
Now,
here's an
it's
interesting.
It's like the two watches Archie's bought. I would not buy those watches for all the tea in China.
Which ones? The Tudor and the
Breitling, yeah.
The Breitling.
The Scheitling.
Yeah. I wouldn't buy those watches, period.
Right.
Well, I mean, I've seen them before, and I think if you come across a good deal on one, if you just want a nice watch, that mildly water resist, I don't think it's a bad thing. But I don't think
to be
it's.
honest, I bought one. I'd rather have an Omega Seamaster 300.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it actually brings me to the question I was going to ask. What do you prefer, Seamaster 300 or Submariner? Ceramic Submariner. Two completely different price brackets, but what would you prefer?
Well, I wouldn't buy a ceramic Submariner. I'd buy a more vintage one, a non-ceramic, like the no date with the M reference.
Mm-hmm.
Or what about pre-M2 line?
Yes. That's what I would get, the two-liners.
Yeah, well, that's what the M1 is. It's a two-liner.
Right.
Right? The non-certified one, even though it was certified, but they didn't test it to be certified. That's what I would go for. Or I would go for rather than the ceramic, I would go for an Omega.
An Omega, the Seamaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. What about you, Clyde?
Yeah, I probably as well. More of
I don't like on the new Submariners. I don't like how they've made the shoulders really bulky and stuff like that. I prefer the style, and I think that the ceramic makes it look cheap.
And I also think that, the vintage Seamaster Pros, like the one I have, you can pick them up for, as much as you paid for that Rolex, Clyde. They're really good buys, and they're so worth it, too. You're getting a really, really nice watch with heritage because, well, one, it was the James Bond watch, and I would get the 253 1.80, the wave dial, because that's kind of iconic. Well, actually, no, what are your opinions on that, Rudi?
Well, the thing is, for me, the reason why I went for they're bringing out the wave dial again, by the way. I've been told.
Are they?
Yeah, right.
Ooh.
But the reason why I prefer the non-wave dial is I like really clean faces.
Have you ever owned a wave dial one?
No, but I've seen one.
Okay. On a daily basis, because I wore it for probably 6 months, just straight. It's entirely not noticeable. You don't notice it. And until you look at it under a very weird kind of light, unless you're really looking for it, you don't see it.
Well,
so therefore, So therefore, my next question is: if you don't really notice it, then why does it matter if it's a wave dial or a non-wave dial?
Because the fact that it is a wave dial, that it is the one that James Bond had, and that it is, you get to show people when you take it off. Oh, look, it also has that textured dial, which it is kind of a weird thing to have. It's kind of cool. I just like the idea of having a wave dial than just having the flat. I don't know why. I like the flat dial, but I just don't like it as much as the wave dial.
I actually prefer the flat because, to me, as you get older, it's like when your peepers are not so good, it's clearer as well. It's just like a black dial that I've got.
When your what are not as good?
Eyes.
Oh, okay.
The black dial there is clear. You've got the red second hand against the black. It's really cool. And you can see it, you can read it, and it's boom, there, straight away,
Right, but here, when you look at this straight on, you don't see the wave dial. Funny.
Hang on 1 second.
No, take your time.
1 sec.
Here, let me... You don't see it.
I really need to clean my screen.
So do I, but it's
Yeah.
all right.
I still prefer my black one.
And then when you turn it, finally in the light, in the right light, you can see the waves. Right?
Right.
And then you turn it again. Bye-bye waves. Waves.
Let's go
I
back
still
to
prefer my black dial.
Okay.
I respect that.
So what was the well, to a certain degree, I think everything is subjective. It's just that some people have really put a lot more thought or a lot more knowledge into behind their preferences. So you kind of respect the person that prefers it and has really thought it through and thought it out, rather than someone that says, "Ooh, pretty."
Yeah.
Now, that's like the other thing is, right, Max?
Mm-hmm.
I would not buy. I'd rather have that watch than the Speedmaster Man on the Moon any day of the week.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I would never sell this one because of what it means to me. But out of the two, would I have this or or Man on the Moon? I'd have the Man on the Moon because it's just.
See, I'd never own a Man on the Moon. Never.
But I've heard the reason before, but just so you can explain why to Clyde, he may have heard too. What is your reason?
Well, it's nothing like the original watch. It's just like it's cosmetic.
It's a homage to the original.
The original had the 3-2-1 movement with which is a far superior movement. It's nothing like the original watch.
That's an interesting topic because 3-2-1s now. What way are they better than the newer movements?
Well, for instance, they've got a column wheel inside.
Mm-hmm.
Vertical column wheel.
Yeah.
Vertical clutch.
Yeah.
They're vertical clutch?
Yep.
I did not know that. Wow, I honestly didn't know that.
Didn't we?
What?
I do the thinking, you don't.
Well, we never said that, but I guess. I mean, I wouldn't mind that.
No, I'm really joking.
No, it's okay.
No, it's so much better. What's the point of buying something that's not? Why produce a watch that is nothing like the original and then market it as the original?
Ask Blank
It's
Pond.
a con.
Ask Blank Pond. The 50 fathoms.
Say again.
Ask Blank Pond. The 50 fathoms.
The 50 fathoms is. The 50 fathoms is as it was.
Next point.
It's not. In what way?
The way that they've got the anti-magnetism in it.
The Speedmaster has the same sort of case.
Say again. No.
The Speedmaster, the newer Speedmaster, has the same sort of case.
Depends which movement you're looking at. Right, the mil spec, for instance, is exact as it was in the 50s.
And that's why I like the mil specs, but only because of the aesthetics of it. To me, it is more of a
And this is the 50 fathoms mil specs.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like those better too. I do like the one you have though, the 50 fathoms that you had. I wish I could zoom it in on you, but it won't let me select you to put it on screen because there's no video. But your 50 fathoms, I would have that, the one that you have as your icon, over
however, for the 11 people watching, you can click on the picture. You can click on Rudy's picture, and it'll blow it up.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, if I do that?
Well, no, for the people watching, that's what I'm saying. For instance, I can do it.
Oh, just did it.
Yeah, you can do it because we're on the stream, but the viewers can't.
Yeah, no, I just got it up. So that blank pond is... Do you know the reference, Rudy?
I can tell you 1 second.
Okay. The crown is great, by the way. That's one of the main complaints I have about this watch, is the crown is tiny.
Yeah.
And actually, Federico said the same thing. The crown is just absolutely tiny.
Well, I didn't find that on mine.
What do you mean?
The crown on mine is not tiny.
Is it the same as mine?
No, on the one you've got, you mean? On mine it isn't, I'm saying.
Oh, no, I just, for some reason, the one with my crown, look at how tiny it is. Usually watch crowns are way more chunky and easier to grasp. As I get older, I feel like it's going to be harder for me to turn it.
Do you want me to? I'll
As you
on
get
for a
older.
second. Hang on.
As I get older, what do you mean?
I'm sorry.
Was that a mistake for me to say?
I think it's humorous. Someone in my position, hearing someone like you say that, it seems it has an element of humor to it.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll understand that in
Okay.
20 years, but
Right. Okay.
I'll
The
get
reference number is 5015D dash 1140 dash 71B.
okay. So I'll fast forward to this part in the thing in the video because I think that is like the ultimate new blank pond. What's your favorite blank pond of all blank ponds?
That is it.
That's it.
Actually, there's another one I really like, which I'm considering, and it's a Bathyscap, right? And it's not that expensive as this one. And I'll give you the model reference number, okay?
Okay.
It is...
Is it the one with the green strap?
No.
Okay.
I will tell you 1 second. But it's got the same movement as my Blancpain 50 Fathoms.
Right.
1 second.
Oh, there was a chat that just came in. Somebody said something. Hold on.
Are you ready
Max,
for the reference?
Max, think you know that everything Rudy has is the best. Well, yeah,
Yes, I do know that.
Well, because he doesn't have to say, well, I really like that one, but that one's $50 cheaper.
No, I like this one equally. Are you ready for this reference number, Max?
Sure.
5000 dash 0240
0240
dash 052A.
052A.
Yeah.
Here, I'll pull it up on mine, and I'll split the screen.
Okay. Here, I'll put the camera to you.
Okay, hold it. Sure, screen share. Hangouts.
Ah, it's me again. Oh, that's beautiful.
I do like the blue.
Yeah, it's kind of like the blue on my Seamaster.
Or it's Tim Muscle.
It's got the same movement, Max, as the one in my 50 Fathoms.
Right. Wow, no, that's a beautiful
and it's got
watch.
120-hour power reserve.
Oh, wow.
And it's not a limit. Well, I like it. Yeah, it's like a throwback to the original because there's not even crown guards on it.
No, that's beautiful. I want them to... The reason I like Rudi's, the one that he has right now, is the bezel. It's, like, huge. And I just think that, like, the original one with the bigger bezels, I think that's just...
Well, I told you...
Huge?
Huge,
that
yeah.
watch was used in an American TV show called Sea Hunt with Lloyd Bridges.
Yes, you told me. My grandpa knew what it was, by the way.
Yeah.
No, I think I know what you're talking about. By the way, when I go here, can you guys still see me?
Yes, I do.
You guys still see me? Okay, good. So I'm gonna go see. Okay, yeah, that's why. Okay. So, anyways, what are you gonna show us? Do you want to show some of your?
My Seamaster doesn't have crown guards, unfortunately. It doesn't even have Seamaster on it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how do you know it's a Seamaster?
Reference number. Reference number is on the inside of the case. And fortunately, the jeweler snapped a picture, so reference number is like, oh, okay.
Does it have the hippocampus on the back?
Seamaster, Max. He's written it on the back.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. It has the hippocampus on the back.
Yes.
I'll tell you another watch.
I don't think.
I'll tell you another watch I really like, Max, but Archie hates it, but I absolutely love it. Is Nomos.
It doesn't have it on the back, Rudy. It doesn't say.
He's written it in pencil.
Okay, what were you saying?
I really like Nomos.
Me too. As a diver's watch.
They do a diver's watch.
They do. Hold on.
Yeah.
Wait. Split screen. What is this? Hold on. Nomos. Divers.
Nomos.
Alright, guys, I'm going to split the screen. 1 second. Screen share.
Google Hangouts and then switch to the other screen.
Would like to control this computer using accessibility. Yes. Present to everyone. Okay, so what do you guys see what I'm seeing now?
Yes.
Okay, Nomos Dive Watch. Okay. So I am looking now at which one is it?
They do them in all different colours. They do them with the blue dial. They do them with that.
Is it this one?
Probably.
The one with the crown guards.
Yeah. Just click on it and check. See what it says.
It says the Ahoy Neomatic.
Yeah, I think so.
I like the Nomos Tangenta.
Tangenta?
Yeah, Tangenta. I love that thing.
Yeah, it's just a good solid. I mean,
And they're in-house movements.
And they're in-house movements. And they have a video on YouTube showing the step-by-step process about how they make them.
But Archie hates them.
Archie hates them. Here, gotta... Oh. That just mirrored everything, but great. Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
No, there's a Tangenta. I put it on my screen, so it'll... Here, let me put the, What's... The other one I wanted to show was the, club. But the campus.
And have you heard of those Ming watches?
Yeah, oh, I love them, but they're so hard to get.
They are, yeah.
I like this, because it's supposed to be for, kids. Like a Swiss watch for kids to wear.
Have you noticed how they've mixed Roman numerals with normal numbers?
Yeah, stick markers. Yeah, I love that. No, it's great. California.
I think they're fantastic watches. I'm
Just
looking to get one at some point. Did I show you the Audemars Piguet I've ordered?
Which one? Let me here. Give me the reference number. I'll look it up.
15202.
Hold on. Omega. Oh no, sorry. AP 152 202
IP.
IP. Did you see that ultra slim perpetual calendar one, like the 9 something? Oh, this is the new jumbo one.
Yeah.
Wow.
That one's not because it's not been released. That's not it. You need to go to the Audemars Piguet website to see it.
Okay. AP.AUDE Audemars Piguet. But did you see that ultra slim perpetual calendar, the RD number 2?
I wore it.
Ugh. How much is it?
It's not been released yet. It's still in RD means research and development. It's still not finished.
Oh, I thought it was for sale. Do you think you're gonna buy one?
I am going to buy one.
You are?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
So if you go to watches and then go down to 39mm, when you go to all watches, just go to 39mm. So click on all watches.
All watches.
Yeah.
Hold on, where does it say that? All watches.
Or just click on Royal Oaks.
Royal Oak. Watch browser, maybe?
Yeah, that's the one. And then go down to 39mm.
39.
Scroll down, roll in millimeter order.
Ah. That's 41. 39. That one. No. This
There
one?
it is.
This one.
That's the one with the smoke blue dial.
Ooh.
And look what it says. Limited to 250 pieces. It says on the website.
That is beautiful. No, that's absolutely fantastic.
Limited to 250 pieces.
No, that's an insane watch. Find a boutique. Yeah, no, that's crazy. It's a great watch.
Do you want to see
someday.
the other one I've ordered?
Yes, let's see it. Which one?
Go back.
Watches. I'm gonna go watch browser.
Yeah.
Okay.
Scroll down to where it says
51
Royal Oak.
millimeter.
No, keep going further down, and it will say Royal Oak Concept.
Oh, you ordered a Royal Oak Concept?
Yes.
Seriously?
Yes.
Okay, well, that is okay. Those are cool, but would I have? Oh yeah, here it is.
Right. Okay. It's the very end one. That one.
This one.
Yeah.
You ordered
The
this?
Flying Tourbillon.
Rudy, you seriously ordered this?
Yes.
Oh, show him the Zenith you ordered. The
Oh god.
homage.
Oh, by the way, what is the? I've always wondered this. What does the HNR stand for?
It's because it's dual time.
Oh. Oh, I see. I see. Oh, okay. How thick is it? Do you know?
Yeah, I wore it on my wrist.
Oh,
It's pretty thick.
man, that's beautiful. It's a beautiful watch. Beautiful, beautiful. So, which of these Zenith you bought?
What for? You mean the one you've got, Clyde?
No, not the Defy. The one, the homage watch you're showing me, the military black dial.
Mm-mm.
I can't remember which one that was, Clyde.
Pilot Type 20, maybe.
Oh no! Oh, is that the one in? Oh no, yeah, it's called the. If you put this reference number in, Max, it is
Okay.
TIPO, TIPO.
Typo.
So
Hold on.
put Zenith.
Hold on. Let me
TIPO.
share my screen again. Let me share my screen again. Okay. Let me share my screen again. So you said it's TIPO.
Yeah, so put
TP2.
Zenith.
ZEN. Zenith.
Then TIPO.
TIPO.
And then
Here, I've got it. I got
word
it.
CP2.
I got it.
TP2. Got it.
I've got the Hodinky article on it.
Okay, yeah, share your screen. I'll put it to you. Oh, there. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's
beautiful.
Yeah. And like I said, and Rudi, I mean, like I said, the Defy is kind of unusual. It's bulk and everything else. That's classic and understated.
Mhm.
But Rudi showed me a lot of Zenith chronographs, El Primeros, but it's almost like, oh, they're all skeletonized dials. I'm like, why, guys? Why? And then they come out with something like this. And it's just like, ooh. How a true re-edition comes to life.
And you know what? Can you see? I've always wondered. Can you buy a Bagel Sport online?
You can buy a bagel. You can buy a bagel in the supermarket.
Well, yes, but
And take it to a soccer match.
Yeah.
and take it to a soccer match.
I'm sorry, a football match.
And sorry, football match.
But you know, Audemars Piguet are quite clever. They bring out certain watches, right? They brought out this Royal Oak Offshore. They called it the Summer Edition, right?
Okay.
But they brought the exact same watch out, but it was an investment in the fact that only a limited number of them had Biblos written on the back.
Okay.
And if you had the one with Biblos written on the back, you could sell it for 10 times more than you paid for it.
Biblos.
Yeah. So if you put in Audemars Piguet, Biblos, Royal Oak Offshore.
Clyde, do you want to do the honors or shall I?
Okay.
Our Royal Oak.
Roy.
Okay, let's see this.
Le Biblos Saint-Tropez.
Oh my. Oh yeah, I just saw that the other day. With that weird thing, yeah.
Yeah,
I saw that.
But the thing is this, Max, is they brought the same watch out, but it doesn't have Biblos written on the back, but they look identical.
Right.
So you probably saw the normal one.
Quite possibly.
Libiblos. Well, okay, I spelled it wrong.
Byblos.
Right. I spelled it like biblioteca. I was thinking, okay, well, they're bringing out a chronograph about books. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
But that's how clever API, you see. You think you're buying the same watch, but you're not.
Right. What about...
And I'll tell you something else. Audemars Piguet no longer number their limited editions. And you're
That's
probably
interesting.
thinking, why, aren't you?
Why?
Because what has happened in the past is people say, I want number 8 because it's their lucky number, or I want number 12 because it's my lucky number. So they end up with a load of limited editions left because it's not the number that people want as their limited edition number. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense.
Yeah. So now they don't number them. They just say limited edition.
Right. No, that's interesting. Very interesting.
You know, I almost managed to buy, and I missed it. It was the Audemars Piguet Schumacher watch, right? The Schuey. Right?
Oh, yeah, you told me. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was number 1.
That's cool.
It was the lap timer.
Wow. Oh, by the way, that watch that Clyde has up on screen, whenever I see it, I always think for some reason that it's like a $5 toy. I've seen a bunch of them. For some reason, I always think that it's a, really cheap. I like it, but it just looks kind of to me.
Yeah, but the thing is this, right? You think about it cleverly, right? If you look at that watch, right, and you look at a Speedmaster, Man on the Moon watch,
yeah,
and you're timing a race, which is easier to read on the dials?
the Speedmaster.
No way.
Because you have black and white, yeah.
You got those colors to differentiate which dial is for which.
Yeah, but if you've been wearing a watch for long enough, you know what dial times what.
You say that, but if you're in sunlight and stuff like that, I'm telling you, that watch is an easier to read dial.
White would reflect the light really easily. It would be like impossible to read.
No, because that's not reflective glass. The Speedmaster is Hesalite glass.
Oh, that's true. Well, no, that's not necessarily, because you can get a ceramic Speedmaster. Or, sorry, not a ceramic, a sapphire Speedmaster.
You can. But the dials are slightly different.
Right.
But that dial is really easy to read.
Right.
And the detail in the dial is exceptional.
But the Speedmaster, the Speedmaster does have better contrast, which is plain black and white. I mean, I hate to say it, and like I said,
and it also has worse timekeeping too.
Not necessarily, because you can get it regulated and adjusted.
But that's like going to a garage and buying a brand new car and then saying, "Well, I've got to take it to another garage to get it serviced so it works properly."
You can get it serviced or regulated when you buy it.
But the point is, why should you have to go to the extra expense?
But they might change a part and it won't be original anymore. It'll be a Frankenwatch.
Oh, shut up!
They'll change a gear.
Clyde,
Clyde. Oh my God, they put a different gear.
Clyde, it's a Frankenwatch. It would become a Frankenwatch. Accept it that you're wrong. It's one thing that you lawyers never do. You'll never accept that you are wrong. What? Yes.
It's not a Frankenwatch. It's a freaking watch.
It's true. It's not a real watch.
It's not all original. I grant you, yes, but Frankenwatch is harsh. That's
okay. All right, Rudi. We haven't gotten your opinion on this yet. What would you say?
Well, let me put it this way. All right, this is a story about it. It's a joke, but it's a story, right?
Mm-hmm.
This guy's telling this story. He's a road sweeper, right?
Okay.
And he gets this award. And his friends say, "Why did you get that award?" He said, "I've been a road sweeper for 30 years." And he said, one of the things we were told was to maintain your broom, your brush, right?
Okay.
He said, I've had this brush, he said, since I started work for 30 years. It's had 5 new heads and 10 new handles, but it's the same brush.
It's not. No, and I was just explaining this to him.
That's the joke.
What were you on when I was saying, like, if you have like 50 different, if you have a watch for 150 years and you've replaced the case, the dial, the movement, the bezel, the crown, the everything, and it's not, would it be the same watch? No,
of course it won't.
It's a completely different watch.
Which then brings back to the point.
So if you have it serviced and they put in different oil than what was on it originally, they've changed the oil. It's technically not the same watch.
Exactly.
Boy, that is insane. Okay,
it's true though.
Conceptually, I can understand logically.
Max, it's the point I've been saying all along to people. A lot of it is all in the mind.
Yeah, it is.
Like, for instance, I'm a professional musician, right?
Yes.
And you get these people that, I've got original instruments, but I've got copies that I use in my Mac, right? That sound identical, right?
Sure.
And these so-called, what I call anoraks, say, but you have the original's got a different sound, right? And this, that. And I said, but the people that buy your music don't know what the difference is. So why should you care?
Right, but the thing is, it is all in the mind. I agree. My Seiko Turtle, my new Seiko Turtle, the SRP 779 has a problem where the movement is toast. Wasn't my fault, but the movement's toast. It needs a new movement. I will never be able to wear that watch again. I just can't. There's something about it that just bothers me. It's like, that was not the original movement. I can't take it.
Yeah, but the point is this. You're thinking wrong because it's a Seiko. It's a mass-produced movement.
No, I agree.
On a machine.
Okay,
there's no care going into making that movement.
I just bought a used, a vintage Ferrari 275 GTB, right? Beautiful car. It's all original except for the engine. The engine was swapped, and it's not the same engine that came with the car originally.
But if it's a Ferrari engine that's the same as the original engine, it makes no difference.
It does. It would make it makes it makes a logical.
It's in the mind. Again, it's in the mind. It's all in your mind.
And also, the numbers wouldn't match. That's why they have VINs. Right, that's why they have the VIN.
Do you think on your Seiko Turtle they got a VIN number on your
I believe they do. They have one on like the underside of the dial, like where the dial would go. They have one there, and they have one on the back of the case. I believe.
No, I'll tell you, on a mass-produced watch, they will not do it.
You really don't think?
No.
They do it on Rolex.
Yeah, but Rolex is a different different price point, isn't it?
But it's still a mass-produced watch.
Yes, but there's still part of it is still hand-finished.
Not really.
There is.
Part of a Seiko is still hand finished too, because you can't get a mechanical movement completely.
But I'm saying,
but the thing is also, but if you have a Rolex, at least it used to be, if you had a Rolex, besides the reference number of the watch, they'd have a different reference number on the papers for the Rolex.
Right.
Now I don't know if you still had the papers at that time. Would it come with would it come with certification, or does it come with papers showing that? Because if it doesn't, then you really have no way of knowing what the original numbers was, and it may not, and even Japan may not even keep track of that. So,
right.
If you've got generic papers, there's a generic movement.
Right. Right.
Or if you got geriatric papers, it's a geriatric movement.
Rudi, what do you think of the BMW Seiko?
I don't know what the watch is. That it there? 1 second.
Yep.
I like it.
Isn't that neat?
It is.
The bracelet is from, apparently it's like the holes on the BMW steering wheel of like a 340i something.
It's just so 70s though.
It is. That's the whole thing.
Yeah,
And
but
every
so
time
is
I
the
put it
Patek
on,
Philippe
I was-
Nautilus 70s. So is the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak 70s.
Well, yeah,
But
but
every
that's
time-
like
The
really
Submariner
70s.
70s. Was even
but
60s. isn't it?
every time I put it on, you know what goes through my head?
What?
Well, you can tell by the way I use my walking woman.
No.
Time to talk.
And
I mean-
it's fitting that you're saying that because our Rudy's on, so
But the point is this, though. They never wore Seikos. They only wore Cartiers.
that's true.
True, but it is so but yeah. And the thing is, he has an issue as to the association with the Bee Gees, but I don't think. But and I've tried it. I've told people I know this musician, and because you want to start because he started with the Bee Gees, and you want to start off with that. So it's like, okay, I will reverse the order, and I'll start with the '80s and '90s bands, and then I'll work my way back to the Bee Gees.
Yeah.
Reverse chronological order, and everyone's still like, "Oh my God, the Bee Gees, really?" I mean, I don't, it's, and the thing is, does that say? I think that says more about the Bee Gees, really.
And you know, it's really funny though, because the first time I spoke to my parents about it, they was like, "Who's this guy Rudy?" And why? You know, it's like because they like to ask that question. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I used to work with the Bee Gees." They're like, "Holy shit!" You know, seriously.
So everyone's impressed with Billy Joel, but you say the Bee Gees, and people just around here just lose their effing minds.
Yeah.
Because but I think it has more to do with the Bee Gees than I think with the Bee Gees than it does with the overall music career. I mean, because it was so 70s. It was so. I think it almost sums up the age.
They
really.
defined the 70s.
They defined the 70s.
Their voices defined the 70s.
And for us, it was a happy, carefree time. It was well, except for Watergate and the hostage crisis.
You know, Max, that one of them still lives in Miami, don't you?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Are you in touch with them?
Of course.
Oh gosh. That's cool. Do you ever meet up with them?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
That's so cool.
But
they all used to live in the same street in Miami.
And there for a while, it became almost commonplace to hate or rag on the Bee Gees because it was so last week or so yesterday. But now, now it's been back full circle, I think.
Did you know they used to have events where they would burn disco records and smash them up?
Why?
Disco, because people said disco was killing music. You had disco haters, and they used to have big rallies to burn and smash up disco records.
That's a little overkill, don't you think?
It was just a little.
That's like taking the movement out of a Seiko BMW and putting it into an already Frankenwatch Pogue.
This will make you laugh. This guy used to hang around the studio, used to clean the cars.
Okay.
We used to call him CWL.
Why?
Which stood for the car wash lunatic, because he was a bit crazy.
What kind of cars did they have?
Okay, I'll tell you.
Oh, by the way,
Morris Gibb had
that
Fernando Porsche's son's 928S.
Wow.
Right?
No, that's the one with the big 8-cylinder in the front, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Black, it was.
Yeah.
And then he swapped it, and he regretted it, for a Lamborghini Jeep.
Oh, the LM002.
But it still he bought it from an Arab, and it still had the bit where the gun went on the back, the turret.
Oh god. That's a cool car though. It's just so weird and so hard to drive. I hear the clutch is incredibly heavy and the lumps on the front are like.
And Robin used to drive a Mercedes.
What Mercedes?
I can't remember, to be honest.
Okay, that's all right.
And I drove for a while. It belonged to their younger brother Andy. I had a Camaro Z28 convertible.
Ooh.
What year?
Would have been 85, 86.
Okay.
So he had a Z or Z28 Camaro. Those are
It was Z, yeah, 28 Camaro, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's.
And you know, this is a funny story, right? I was driving along Ocean Drive.
Okay.
And this person kept beeping their horn at me, honking their horn, right?
Okay.
And being British, I thought, I must be doing something wrong. And I got out and I got really
He wants to race.
No. I said, what's the problem? And this woman said, you've got kittens coming out your car. and there were kittens falling out the back of the wheel where obviously the mother had given birth inside the warm engine at night. And as I was driving along, all these little kittens were falling on the floor from the wheel.
Look at Clyde. He's distressed. He's like, what the? That's hilarious. There were kittens coming out of his car.
No, that's that's almost country folk problems.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
You've got kittens falling out of your car.
I want you to Google this for me.
Okay.
Billy Bones, Miami Beach.
Billy Bones?
Yeah.
That name
Miami
sounds
Beach.
vaguely familiar, but I can't.
Billy Bones. Billey?
No, Billy.
Billy. Sorry. Billy Jones.
No, Bones.
Oh, Bones. Bones. Panama City Beach? No.
Miami Beach, yeah.
Miami. Beach. Okay. Was it manual, by the way, or Z28?
It was automatic.
Oh, shame on you.
It wasn't my car.
Well, you didn't have much of a choice. It was automatic was almost de rigueur back then.
Why?
Because that's the way they came.
You would think though, it would be. Yeah, there's like a sign and then a big, like with like a yellow thing on the top, and then it's like blue roof.
What kind of car does your mother have?
My mom?
Yeah.
The Infiniti QX80.
Did she ever change the spark plugs?
No, not yet.
Okay. Well, don't let her because it won't be original.
Funny. Well, actually, believe it or not, last week, like 2 weeks ago, we had this problem with the catalytic converter that it was like kind of like filled up.
She's changed the oil.
Changed the oil. Yeah, she's changed the oil. It's unoriginal. I'm sorry. No, but anyways, so what happened was the catalytic converter, I guess it's kind of like a filter, right? And it was full. Right. So they had to change it out. And what happens is they had to get Infiniti in. They paid for it. Good. We didn't know anything on it. So, which was good. And they were really happy. Later that day, we get it back after like a week of them doing this incredibly hard procedure, which I could have done in 2 hours, but it's not. So anyways, we get it back. And all of a sudden my mom is on her way to McDonald's, I think for dinner or something to get us food. And she's on her way and she starts smelling this really bad smell. And she's like, Max, what could the smell be? Like, it could be leaking. The fumes that are going out of, or that should be going through the catalytic converter, could be going out before the catalytic converter. Could be an exhaust leak. So she ends up, for some reason, I'm always the one that diagnoses her car problems because and then she brings it to the Infiniti dealership, and then we have a respectful disagreement, and then it turns out that I'm correct. And what happened was, it turns out that they had installed it incorrectly, and there was actually an exhaust leak before the catalytic converter. So all of the fumes that should have been going through the catalytic converter were going out, before, right under where the driver's seat is. So it was producing this really bad smell. And as she's going through this McDonald's drive-through, I guess that couldn't have been very good. But anyway,
it's like my friend said to me, I've invented something to keep the inside of my car even more quiet.
A muffler for my wife.
Yeah, it fits right over her mouth.
Yeah, my grandparents have this birthday card that says, "Hey, honey, I finally figured out how to make this muffler. Really makes the car quieter, doesn't it?" And she's like, and she has it like in her mouth. It's the big muffler.
I'll tell you another one. Do you know how to make a blonde girl's eyes light up?
How? You
shine a torch in her ear.
That's mean though. No. I was in our music teacher when I was in elementary school. His name was Mr. Henschel, and he was doing this test with us where he'd play a key on the piano or play a note on the piano, and we'd have to name what it was. And I had a friend named Delaney. She was blonde, and I would go, say it's Z. say it's Y, say it's and then after she did this a few times, Mr. Henschel was like, I knew there was a reason you were blonde. And I was like, whoa. I was like, holy cow. And they didn't get it, but
Yeah.
that's bad.
So what kind of microphone do you have there?
Oh, I have no clue. It says blue on it. I don't know.
Blue microphones are excellent. They're
They
really
are.
good microphones.
Wow.
I've got an endorsement by Blue microphones.
Oh, really? Yeah, I didn't know they
really
were that
cool.
good. Holy no! I just got this. My sisters are singers, and they use these, and I just stole it out of my sister's room because I wanted to try it out.
They're singers, aren't they? What kind of music?
They're actually pretty good. I hate to admit it, but they're pretty good. Well, they're not good when you're on 5-hour car trips, just locked in a 4-door box with them for 5 hours. But they are pretty good. I hope they're not watching, so I don't get taunted. But yeah, they're pretty good. They do. I'll let you talk to them. They just kind of learn different songs. They do kind of newer, more modern. Just kind of miscellaneous, but they do it. They're pretty good at it.
Do you know, I use this, one of the softwares I use, is not my main one, but I use a software called Cubase.
Cubase.
Right. And what that enables me to do is really clever. I can record in my studio here like a drummer in Miami via remote, via the software. So he can be in a studio in Miami, and I can record him in Miami in that studio on my studio equipment in England.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I can have musicians all over the world without having to fly them anywhere and record them on my system.
That's kind of neat.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that system, like if you're on vacation and you can monitor your office computer remotely. Sort of. That's very cool.
Yeah, if you YouTube it, you can see it on YouTube and action.
Yeah.
It's really cool. So I can have a guitarist in say Brazil playing on a Brazilian track for me, and he can record it there, but he's actually recording it in my studio from Brazil.
That's really cool. But he has to have do you know how much that software costs?
Yeah, but he doesn't have to have the software. He just has to download the remote part of the software.
Oh, so as long as you have the software.
Yeah.
Wow. No, that's really neat.
Yeah, so I could do a track and then get your sisters to sing on it from your bedroom.
No, that's really neat. With using this blue microphone.
Yeah.
Since you've got an endorsement, blue microphones, the best microphones out there.
No, they're excellent. Actually, the best microphones are Neumann.
Neumann.
Yeah.
I hope Blue Microphones isn't watching.
No, but what you got to remember is that the different microphones have different purposes.
Yeah. No, I know.
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong. Or what is this for? This part here.
That is to stop any, like when you hear like on certain recordings like when you say P's and stuff like that, and you hear like the emphasis, it sort of cuts out any noise.
Oh.
Like
So, you can see it's kind of like a double screen. So yeah, I guess that would work.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. So when I go like, and then when I go, it kind of mutes it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It's really, really good.
No, I've always wondered that.
What watch are you wearing, Clyde? Enlighten me. What watch are you wearing?
Well, it's like 20 on, like, kind of, but.
Yeah, well, actually, hold on. I actually got one I haven't even really tried it on yet.
Let's see.
I think I showed it to you, but.
Oh, the other bit of trivial information, Clyde, is you've got the picture of the Eiffel Tower in the background.
Yes.
You know that the Eiffel Tower is not only in Paris, don't you?
It's in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
There's 4, apparently.
Okay. Paris and Las Vegas. Where's the other one?
Good question.
Other two, rather.
Do you know? I actually don't know, but I know there's 4. And it's the same with the Statue of Liberty. There's more than one.
Well, I know they
There's
have
one
the
going
mall.
into North Korea too. Oh yeah. Wait, what is that?
It's the unofficial watch of Archie Luxury.
What is it?
Yeah. Bulova.
It's a bull of a.
But I really like the orange hand.
Yeah, that is neat.
Yeah, well,
Can I see the back?
Mm.
That's in really good nick.
really good what?
Condition. Nick means
Oh,
condition.
Yeah. No, that's very cool. The golden question though is it a column wheel?
Truthfully, no idea. I actually have to look.
And you know what, Rudy, I gotta ask you this. What benefits does a column wheel have over a conventional, I don't know what it's called, but that thing that rotates on his axis?
Miles again. I never noticed that until Rudi said, it's actually having miles on the, So now I look every time. Thanks, Rudi, by the way.
Yeah, because if you notice, Max, most watches say kilometers because it comes from Switzerland, European Union.
With the telemeter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, and so it makes no sense to me really. I'm not a kilometers person. I'm still a miles person, and feet in inches, and I never really understood kilometers, to be honest, or the point.
Neither
of it.
have I.
But am I not thinking right that the gallons in America are a different measurement to the gallons that were in the UK?
I wouldn't
Measurements
know.
are different.
I've never been out of the US other than to Jamaica, so I've
That's
Likewise.
that joke. Jamaica? No, she came of her own accord.
What?
It's a joke. You said Jamaica. I've never come out of Jamaica, right? And the joke is
Fun.
Jamaica. No, she came out of her own accord.
Oh God. Funny. Wait, hold on. Jamaica? Wait.
Yeah, like
No,
did you make her? Did you make her?
Jamaica? No, she came over her own accord. No, she went willingly.
Oh, okay. I get it. Okay, no, it's not. Automatically, it becomes unfunny, I should say, when you have to explain it to someone. That's the global, or that's at least the American.
I mean, I can tell you an American joke, but you probably won't understand it straight away.
What?
About the American Siamese twins.
Okay.
They flew into England,
Oh,
so
wow.
the other one could have a drive.
Because you drive on the other side of the road.
Yeah.
Not the road.
Yeah. Okay, funny. I had to think about it for a second. Right? But did I? Yeah.
Well,
No,
this
I'll
is
tell you what program you've got to watch on YouTube.
what?
It's called An Idiot Abroad.
Who does it follow around? Does it follow around?
It's like a documentary. It's really good.
Carl Pilkington.
Yeah.
And he appeared on the Ricky Gervais show along with Ricky Gervais and I forgot the tall blonde one. I forgot. I keep forgetting him.
Okay.
Stephen something.
He
But
also
more or
appeared
less-
on this Idiot Abroad with the guy who was in Star Wars, the midget who was R2-D2 or whatever it was, or one of those
Right.
characters.
Not R2. Well, I think he was I don't know if he was. No. Kenny Baker. No. He was on. Kenny Baker was R2-D2.
Yeah.
He was on. I can't remember. It was some sort of science. He was also in Star Wars. He was a Ewok. Blasted.
Yeah, he was an Ewok, yeah.
Oh.
And they go to this place and they see these Siamese twins. They call them the Spider Sisters or something. because they walk like a spider because they're joined together and they walk like a
Right.
spider with their arms on their legs.
Right. Right.
But you know, there was an interesting thing, right? Where he was in a cave and he was looking at this amazing building.
Warwick Davis.
Yeah, Warwick Davis, yeah. It's Warwick.
Okay.
He was in this cave looking at this amazing building coming out this cliff. And he
So
was
why is the
saying
second W? Why is the second W silent and the first W pronounced? Shouldn't it be Oric?
It's Warwick.
All right.
And anyway, he's in this cave looking at this amazing building opposite, and he's saying, "Who's got the greatest part? Because I'm looking at the beauty, but the people in the palace is looking at me. So, who's got the better view? Do you see what I mean?" He's in the cave looking at this amazing building in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
But the people in the amazing building are looking at his little cave. So who's got the better view, him or them?
The people looking at the cave, because if he's in a
No, he's looking at that beautiful building. They're looking at a horrible little cave from their building. He's got the better, but he's better off because he's looking at the beauty.
Oh, that's true. Okay. No, I never get them, so I never get these. I'm like I never get these correct.
You have to watch the program. It's a really good series. It's really funny as well. Really funny.
Oh, by the way, somebody said it's the Tokyo Tower. So the Eiffel Tower is also in Tokyo, apparently. Apparently. Is that right?
Yeah, but I also was in Clyde's room.
Yeah, that too. That's the fifth one. I remember there's this one scene in Top Gear. I thought it was hilarious where they're in like Japan or something, and there's no buildings around them. I don't know. They weren't in Japan. They were somewhere, and there's no buildings around them. And then in the back of frame, there's this big like stick tower, and they're like, "What is that?" And he's like, "It wasn't there this morning. I think it fell out of James's luggage." It's just like
Nice.
90-story tower. It was hilarious.
And
But-
what was that Top Gear one where they got chased by a load of rednecks or something because they wrote?
Oh
something on the
yeah, man love rules okay. They were driving through Alabama with man love rules okay.
Hillary for president, and country music is rubbish.
Yeah, and then they also put on the back of Richard's Dodge. They put DODGEY. And they put on the front of his. They colored the headlights pink and then put little eyelashes. It was hilarious. And then they pull into this gas station, and all of a sudden these rednecks, and then the woman goes, "I'm gonna get the boys," and they're like, "Oh God!" It was great.
Yeah. Oh, that was funny.
Oh, and there's this one, I don't know if you saw, but they're in this like battlefield, and they're surrounded by missiles, and they're huge. They're like the size of buildings, right? Actually, hold on, let me see if I can pull it up.
Do
on
you
YouTube.
think that Top Gear is not so good with Matt LeBlanc?
I don't like the new one. I like the only real Top Gear is, you can't. Real Top Gear is just old Top Gear.
I never
Dang.
liked it. I never liked the new version.
No, I never have either. Here. I don't know if I'm allowed to show this, but I don't really care. It's the best scene in all of Top Gear. I thought it was hilarious. I'm just going to show it. I don't care if it involves copyright, but all right. Max, screen share, Google Hangouts, start screen share. All right. Do-do. 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 Can you guys hear it, by the way?
We can't see or hear anything.
You can't. Oh, wait, not yet? Or can you now?
Nope.
Yep.
Really? What do you see?
Just a blur.
That's odd. What about now?
Huh. Well, dang, Clydester didn't do too bad.
What?
I picked up basically something on Hodinkee.
Okay.
I talked about mine. Bulova B chronograph.
All right. What about now, guys?
Yeah.
Can y'all see it? Okay.
Yes.
So and can you hear it when I hit play? Just wondering.
They're in Russia, I think, now at this point, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Did you see this?
It sounds vague. Yeah.
Can you hear this?
No.
Oh, you can't. So there's that big missile, right? And basically what they're saying is it's this, like, they call it the Satan, right? And at the end, you see James going to the back with a lighter. That was my favorite scene. And then he says, I think it must be damp. If you guys get the chance to, that was the best scene in all of Top Gear, I think. It was just absolutely hysterical.
Did you see that race car driver they had on there? That's Sabina Schmidt.
Oh, yeah. What about her?
Incredible driver.
Yeah. Yeah, she is. She won, like, Woman of the Year award on Top Gear 1 year.
It's just incredible driver.
Yeah.
My friend was on Top Gear, actually.
Who?
Rick Wakeman.
Well, what does he do?
He's a musician.
Oh.
So he drove the reasonably priced car, right?
Yeah.
You should go on Top Gear, Rudi.
You haven't seen my driving.
Is it? It's probably really good. I know what kind of cars you have. I'm not going to say them on the live, but
put it this way.
Dun, 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 dun,
Oh, that's the back. What's the back of that watch there, Clyde? Go back. Scroll down. Yeah. Can you zoom in on that or not?
Yeah.
Is that the same back as yours?
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Devil Diver.
It's quite a chunky.
I love the
watch,
palm pushers too. If that's what they are.
Yeah, that's exactly. Well, okay, that's well, except it's got the pip is round instead of triangular like mine. That's pretty much exactly like mine. Huh.
Is the case the same?
No, the case appears to be the same, but it doesn't have, that one doesn't have a tachometer like mine does. Nice. Well, okay, that one's a little closer.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know one thing, Max, right, that I've
Sure.
never understood and Clive has never understood?
What?
Why do some divers' watches have a stopwatch?
Well, such as this one. Oh, wait, okay, such as, I forgot I'm screen sharing. Such as mine, because this one's a devil diver. It's rated to 666 feet, but it has a stopwatch on top of everything else. My personal theory is submarine races.
Yeah, and also you can race fish.
Fish.
I mean, I can understand why they have a date, but not a stopwatch.
I feel like a stopwatch makes more sense because you can time your dive. It's easier to use than the bezel.
Yeah, but the reason why you have a date is so you can check the tanks at the same date. If you don't know what the date is.
By the way, what would you characterize the Seiko Pogue as? A diver's watch, a driver's watch, or what? Because I'd say it's a driver's watch because it has a tachymeter.
Yes. But mine has a tachymeter too and a dive bezel, and it's also rated 666 feet. So,
well, you have to remember that the Pogue also has a inner rotatable bezel.
it's true, it does.
I don't know anything about those watches. I am completely in the dark.
No, that's okay. So it has a. It's kind of like the AP. Comparing it to that is like crazy, but the AP Royal Oak, offshore diver, it has the inner rotatable bezel. And you can also use it with the crown, but it also has a chronograph and a tachymeter bezel. So
actually,
it's
one of the things I actually kind of like is my. I've got it's an old Weiler watch, and it has a second crown at 2 o'clock, and it rotate. That's how you rotate instead of the diver's bezel. I love that.
Yeah, a few watches have that, don't they? I know there's like a Longines that has that.
Right.
No, that's very cool.
Of course.
So which would you say, Max, is the worst watch ever for you? The worst watch ever.
Worst watch ever. Out of any brand? It has to be a real watch.
Yeah, of course.
It's hard.
What? Because there's so many of them?
No. It's just because it's hard to think of the worst watch. Like in terms of looks, in terms of value, in terms of.
Okay, what watch wouldn't you be seen dead wearing?
The Rolex Patriot.
Oh yeah, that's tacky.
Yeah.
Right now,
I would kill myself before I would wear that.
Right, I'll give you something else. Right, if you had,
someone said lion shark.
If you had $35,000 to buy a watch, which one would it be? $35,000. That's a good budget. They said, Max, there you go. It's 35 grand. You can buy whatever you want.
Could have like 13,000 G-Shocks. You could have.
But what would you buy if you could buy a watch with it? What would you buy
for 35,000?
Okay, what brands would you be narrowing it down to?
Oh, Patek, Vacheron. What?
Lange.
Yeah, I was just about to say Lange. What a yeah, you know what? I do a 15
AP
chronograph.
Actually, AP would be your first choice, wouldn't it?
AP would be my first choice. Yes, AP would be my first choice.
Wouldn't you think that Patek really? Because I think a lot of them look like old man's watches.
That's the whole. I think that's the whole thing. They're all old man's watches.
So what I'm saying is, so really, a Patek, unless it was a Nautilus, wouldn't be really. No. In line for you, really.
I would wear a Calatrava if I could.
Yeah, but it's not an everyday watch, is it?
It's not. Well, it can be, but it's from What's that? Is that an Omega?
Nope.
What is it?
Well, it's an A11.
A11?
Yep.
Do you know what watch I would choose if I was your age?
You'd probably get like a blank pound?
No, not for $35,000. If I had a $35,000 budget, I wouldn't be getting a blank pound.
What would you get?
I would probably go for an AP 15202 ST.
I would do the same thing actually. Well, no, I'd get the first series Royal Oak maybe.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I'd get the first series Royal Oak, A series movement, right?
And I'd give you something else. That they say that the original Jumbo had a JLC movement in it, right?
It didn't.
No, because listen, even now, because Audemars Piguet owned 30% of JLC at that time, and they developed the movement themselves, but using the factory of JLC, but it was their development.
Right.
And I was told that by the CEO of AP.
AP. No, it's interesting. Yeah. It's interesting.
And the other thing is the 15202 ST. The movement in that watch is not in any other watch. Only that watch.
Right. Right. What time is it there, by the way, Rudy? You can't tell me because you don't have a watch on,
Yes,
or
I can.
So somebody wants to know who makes the A11 or whatever it is.
Well, okay, this A11 was made by Bulova, but it's military specification. It was made for World War II for the American Army Air Force, the Royal Air Force, the Royal Canadian Air Force, and under Lend-Lease to the Air Force of the Soviet Union. So as a military specification, this one was made in Bulova by Bulova in 1943. And it's a little bit unusual because the case is actually silver. With the rest of them, they were all plated bronze or plated brass metal. But the amazing thing about it, though, it's hackable. And this is worn by basically pilots, co-pilots, and navigators.
Mm-hmm.
But because it is meant to be used in airplanes, there's no loom on it, so it's really kept up well over the years. The dial is just pristine shape.
By the way, do you think this was worn in combat?
Possibly.
Because the Bakelite, you can see it's not chipped away, but it's kind of gone inside. Because if you feel it, there's no chipping on the bottom; it's just on the inside.
Right.
Which I don't know how that would happen, but Rudy, you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
And
Just
okay.
listening.
And actually, the spring bracelet's also authentic.
Wait, that's really cool. That's original to the watch?
Yep.
No way.
Yep.
That is just too cool.
It looks like what they used to wear in the 30s. The girls used to put around their leg.
It looks
garter.
It looks like it would, like, if you have any hair on your arm, it would like kill you.
It does. Actually, I'm not going to lie, it does. But the thing is, why this thing is like 30 millimeters, but the contrast is so good on it that I have no problems. Even my aged, fading BS eyes I can make up the time quite easily on it, which is actually kind of modern watchmakers should probably look at this and learn a couple of things.
You know, my equivalent to that watch would have to be. I have to go grab it real quick. See if I can, real quick. Over here. Yeah, my equivalent of that watch would be probably, like, if we're talking about like watches that were made for combat, it would have to be this little guy here.
Okay, what is it?
It's a Amphibia.
Okay.
I think every watch person needs one of these. I just think it's too cool. And they're so easy to modify.
Talking of which, did you know the 50 Fathoms was originally designed for the French Navy and also the US Navy?
I did not know that.
And they weren't allowed to use the word Blancpain on the watch.
Again, I did not know that.
And likewise with this one, it's on the case back, but you can't have it, because it would take away from the visibility and the legibility of it.
Isn't that interesting, though? It's interesting that would be the case, though.
And also, all the watches, there are still a few about, but they were all supposed to be destroyed.
All the Blancpains. Why?
Because they didn't want them going out into the public sector.
Why?
Because it's government property.
That's true.
And likewise with these. They were military issues, and they didn't belong to the soldiers. They belonged to Uncle Sam. So one of the stories I've heard about these is that people would be rallying out or basically rostering out. And it's just like they'd sign the final paper and say, "Oh, hey, what time it is? What time is it?" So the first few guys basically pulled it back and said, "Oh, it's 9:05. Give me the watch. It doesn't belong to you. It belongs to Uncle Sam." So
That would suck.
So word
That's
quickly
like
got later.
the ultimate way to get people to. Ugh, I would have hated that. I would have been crying if I had shown my and said what time it was. So wait, the government would give you the watches. You wouldn't buy them. I thought you would have to buy them.
Well,
Uh,
no,
they were
when the
ish-
government
they were-
gave you a gun, they don't ask you to buy the gun, do they?
That's true. Well, I mean, a watch and a gun are two completely different
Well, no,
things.
because the watch was a tool.
No, I know that, but still, a watch you wear on your wrist, a gun, you use to kill people.
But also, you use the watch to help you kill people.
Right.
Or except the black plane, because not really the same thing, really, because French Navy. Okay, guys, we're surrendering at 3. Everyone got that? 3.
Tool to help you survive, or 2 to help you remember when to surrender. That'd be a useful tool.
No, but it was a dive watch, so obviously.
We're going to come out of the water and surrender at 3.
Oh, guys, sorry. It's 3:01. My watch stopped.
Yeah.
Blam. Blam, blam.
It's like that joke, Max. Guy goes to the doctor and says, Doctor, I'm going to die in 30 seconds. And the doctor said, wait a minute.
Best doctor ever. Wait a minute. Jeez. Oh, God. Some people are just...
Now, do you think... Now, one of the things I like about you is that your love of vintage.
Me or Rudi?
You.
Okay.
Yes, the thing is, Max, I am vintage.
Oh, don't say that. What is that? Holy cow. That's beautiful. I can see it on your wrist, but... Clyde.
That, well, the A11 won World War II. This one lost it.
Oh, gosh. So
Yep.
It's a German watch.
Yep.
But don't forget, Max, you could say a 1970s Casio is vintage.
It is.
True.
My Omega Seamaster Pro is vintage.
That skeleton behind you is vintage.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say that, but it's younger than I am, so I'm vintage, aren't I?
No, it's
No, you're
16
not.
years and you've become vintage.
It's 16
I thought-
years?
Yeah,
I thought it was 20.
I thought it was 10.
no, 16.
16 or 6D?
1-6.
Oh, 16. Okay, so I don't have that long. When I start driving, I'll be vintage. So I guess that's neat.
How
But
many
guys-
watches do you own?
Do I own?
Yeah.
I haven't counted all of them. Probably a solid 40 something.
Someone asked me that question and I said I had no idea.
No, I honestly have no idea. I couldn't tell you. But guys, it's getting late. I don't want to keep you all on for too long.
Just before I go, actually,
Mhm.
because I am going to go because it's 3 a.m. for me.
Oh gosh.
What did your parents think about you collecting all these watches?
I don't think they like it very much, to be completely honest. I think that I don't think they like it. I think that each time I get a new watch, I'm always scared to show it to them, and I'm
Well,
always
if they say something, just say, Mum, why do you need a new pair of shoes? You got dozens of them.
Well, dozens would be an understatement, but you know what though? Honestly, I don't think they like it, but as long as I'm getting good grades, it doesn't really matter.
Well,
And
I'll
as
tell
long
you
as
what
I'm
to
not
say.
making
There are
us
Worse
go
things that you
bankrupt.
could be doing.
That's true. It's
There
true.
are far worse things you could be doing at your
That's
age.
what my mom told me. But I'm a good kid, sort of. But honestly, I've never done anything really
You're
bad.
what I call. I bet you are mischievous.
I'm not. I've never really been. Like when I say I use my remote watch to do to change the TV in class. I've actually never done that. I actually did it once because it was it was just the perfect time to do it. But I've never done that. I've never been
You could only get away with it once, and the other teachers would quickly.
No, they wouldn't.
Oh, really? Okay. Awesome.
How would they see it if you're just wearing a conventional watch?
Oh, if they figured out you did, or if you fessed up to it.
So how do you do it then? Do you actually record the signal?
You just each TV manufacturer has a different frequency number that you enter into the watch, and then when you enter the frequency number, it automatically goes to that frequency, and then you can control the TV.
But how do you know what frequency the TV is?
There's a list per manufacturer. Each manufacturer has 2 frequencies.
Right. There you go.
Yeah. If you want, next live video, I'll demonstrate it for you. But it's actually pretty neat.
So, the other thing we used to do was the laser pen.
Oh yeah, those are But then, like, these days, if you aim it at someone, they'll think they're about to get shot. So you don't want to do it these days.
No, but I don't know, when we used to do physics, Max.
Okay.
And used to talk about light. You used to have all the lab used to be black, so you could get up to all sorts in the dark room because obviously you're messing around with light,
Yeah.
And then you like you'd hear some poor kid being pounded in the corner of the room, and the lights would come on. You go, all those little mischievous things we used to do, And
well, these days, what you do is you go to unplug someone's electric car.
I know the best one would be we used to put cling film on the ladies' toilet seats.
Huh?
Cling film.
Because that way they would be clear, so they would relieve themselves. It would bounce back and hit them.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Oh god! One time in undergrad, we found these huge, old, real recordings. So, outmoded for some reason. They kept the tapes, but
okay, maybe we should mute Clyde for a few seconds there.
No, but the thing is, so we got these things. It's like, ooh. So there's like a walkway by the dorms, and it was between 2 tall trees, so you couldn't see, and it was dark. So we would literally go out there, and it's like, and just do it round and round the 2 light poles or whatever, and just sit back and watch.
Somebody comes, whoa!
all the other thing we used to do before you had number recognition in the old days.
Mm-hmm.
We'd order like 10 taxis for your neighbour, 10 cabs,
Oh god!
And then you see this sort of almost like a fight breaking out. I didn't order a taxi. I didn't order it.
No, what you do is these days you order pizzas. You order 100 pizzas to the address next to you and just wait.
or like at the co-ed dorms, it would be fun because you'd go in because you knew which ones belonged to women. So you just quietly let yourselves in because they had to have each bathroom is like for 3, so you had to have access from a hallway door. And of course, once you went in there, you could lock the other 2 and have some privacy in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
But so one of the things we would do is get up early in the morning, quietly go in, lift all the toilet seats, and just quietly shut the doors, and just sit there and just drink coffee in the morning and just listen to the girls would get up and literally fall in because they were expecting the Liz to be down. They were up, they were asleep, just fall in and plop, wah, plop, wah.
And do you know the other thing we used to do when we were kids, Max?
What?
When I was about 17 or 18, me and my friends used to go into like a really nice lingerie shop, where there'd be like a really good looking girl, right? And you get some nice lingerie and you say, "Oh, I want to buy this for my girlfriend. Can you try it on so I can see what it looks like?"
And
I'm more mature than this.
there was but there's like second or third floor down. There was a hallway, window at the end of a hallway. 2 or 3 floors down was the rear entry.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, what you do is just
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon, Clyde.
No, the back door to the door. So
Can you say that all again?
No. So what we would do is you don't pile them very high, but all these empty cans, and just put enough back to where, enough back, to where if you look up, you really can't see anything.
You were thinking about Goldberg when you said rear entry, then, weren't you?
Okay. Anyway, we did that a couple of times, and you'd hear footsteps. My friend's looking at me. I'm like shaking my head no. Then you'd hear.
One thing. It's always the same sound effect every time, though. That's the funny part.
How many keys have you got in the back there, Max?
Like 400.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I bet, are they all new keys or are they used keys?
I have some old. Oh no, they're all used. So I have a Ford Model T. I have original Mustangs. I have Lamborghini Murcielagos. I have Aston Martins.
So they all tell a story.
They all tell a story. I have a Lancia.
I'll tell you another cool car that used to be around in the 80s.
What?
Alfa Romeo GTV.
Oh, the GTV6.
Yeah.
Yeah. So unreliable, though.
But great car, though.
Great car.
But people.
Archie had an Alfa Romeo 164. What?
Yeah, he had to take the roof off so we could get in it, though.
Oh, speaking of which,
we used to have these jokes. Do you remember the Skoda cars, the original ones?
I know of Skoda these days, but I don't know the original ones.
Yeah, well, the joke was, why do Skodas have heated rear windows?
Why?
So you can keep your hands warm when you push them.
Well, Max, it's been fun, but I'm about ready to drop off.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And me too. I'm knackered as well.
Yeah, take care, guys. Thank you so much.
You, Clyde.
Hey, take care, Rudi.
No, it's earlier for you than it is for him.
That is true.
True.
But I'm going to stop the broadcast so we're not live anymore. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you'll see the Uncle Seiko review this weekend, long overdue. But thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, Clyde. Thank you, Rudi. And we are stopping the broadcast now. Take care, everyone.